it's weird, like, because they're a combination who no one's really said, oh, they should split up.
But it's always been Finno, isn't it? It's always been him.
Yeah, I just think it's quite strange. Like, maybe it is the different status of those two players. Obviously, you've got Rory, who is seen as potentially like one of the best players in the world.
Could be winning
loads. And if you look at him and you say, well, he's not winning these big events, why is that?
Yeah.
An easy way to say is, well, he's not won one since he's had Harry on the back.
Yeah.
If that's fair or not, I'm not. I personally don't think it is.
I don't think it, because he's won like tour championships, he's won players.
He's won everything. He's won
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. So to say he can't win with him on the bag is just simply not true.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's had an interesting one. Only Rory this week. So he's had a few weeks off, and he obviously skipped Harbour Town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just come out and basically said he just needed it off for his mental health, effectively.
Yeah, like it's just his mental well-being. Obviously, like the last 12 months for him in particular, he's probably taken on a little bit of a role in it. Yeah, he's really stood up, which is absolutely brilliant for him. But he's just tired. I think he's just tired, and he values his family a lot. Than he likes spending time with his daughter and his wife and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Yeah, no, it's good. Like, he's going to come back now for the Wells Fargo. Obviously, the Wells Fargo has finished, so he's probably won it. Congrats on the win.
Harry, amazing call on Rory's clubbing on the last. Incredible.
It's Quail Hollow, isn't it?
Yeah, Quail Hollow.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the 18th where it's got the stream down the left?
It's like running through it.
Yeah,
it goes all the way down.
Yeah,
because the only because I remember when Rory last won, and it was like that was the only time I remember Harry was ever commended for anything, like because he made him like sort of lay up or like hit another. There was something because he was on the bank. I remember he was on the bank and he made him drop or something like that. Or,
He pulled it back from like going for it.
Yeah. And everyone was like, "Oh, Harry, well done."
Yeah, that is Quail Hollow, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've got Valhalla in my head.
He's won it 3 times as well.
He is. Quail Hollow and Rory, he just won there like 48 times.
Go together.
Stupid. It's like, go together, like Quail and
What
Chips.
was the event they played at Quail where they moved that hole to like the 15th to allow it to be kind of...
The PGA Championship, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Anyway.
Or the President's Cup. Can't remember.
Anyway, Rory
one of those.
Rory likes
President's Cup.
Yeah.
I think it's good that, to be honest, that he's come out and said something like that, because it's like... Everybody knows that like mental health generally is stigmatized, like throughout society. That's always been the case. But in sports, especially, it feels like if you're like a really well-paid, successful kind of, we'll say athlete, but golfer in this case, like to come out and say something like this, you're instantly going to get people who are like, "Oh well, you only play golf." Like, oh God, I wish I could like be bad mental health for getting how much money you've got, and all that kind of stuff. Which, like from a very basic standpoint, you can understand. If you're kind of slogging it out on a building site and it's driving rain, and then someone's complaining about having mental health issues for playing golf, superficially, like you could say, right, okay, fine, but it just doesn't. I think now more and more players are coming out and talking about this. You kind of understand, and you can put yourself in their shoes where you are in a highly pressurized environment especially with Rory's case, because he's so far up the leaderboard pretty much any tournament he plays in, that constant pressure, that constant expectation, it has to weigh on you. It doesn't matter how much you get paid.
Yeah, I also feel like he puts a lot of pressure on himself as well to perform, and obviously to win a major. Like, the Masters, I reckon... I saw in the interview as well that the Masters, he openly admitted that it was not good. And, so that's probably taken a toll on him as well, because every year it's always the same conversations. Oh, Rory's going to win this year. He's got to win this year. So the boy's got pressure on him. He's like, he needs to... Yeah. He's got a lot of... He's literally like kind of had the PGA Tour on his back for the last however many months, and he's taken it on. So... it's
kind of feels a little bit like Rahm has taken some of that a little bit now.
100%, 100%.
He's a bit more of a spokesman. You kind of it'd be great if, like, say, Scotty kind of stepped forward as well. Scotty Scheffler did a little bit more,
Yeah.
but he's
just not his
doesn't
character,
seem,
is it? It's just,
it doesn't seem like that kind of guy. So, you need maybe a few more to share the load a little bit.
Yeah.
Come on, Patrick, stand for now.
Yeah,
Right.
but then also you've
Long press conference.
yeah, but that's the thing as well, is that you've got like Rahm and Scotty have continuously got better throughout the season, and he's probably done the opposite. So it's kind of like he's gone from world number 1 now to world number 3. So it's like, just lots of things probably just sort of playing on his mind a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest, certainly the Open last year must have been a real gut punch, because it was just, that was good. That was gutting for everybody.
Yeah,
really.
that was a big one. That.
And then obviously, like I said, the Masters every year there is that high level of expectation. So once he gets round to that point, man, I can understand kind of what he's saying and just needing that little bit of a break.
Yeah,
and it is important that, like, pro golfers, athletes, whoever it may be, do come out and say
100%.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
It
100%.
normalizes it a little bit more, and it shows that it's okay to actually say stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same. It's the same adage of anything. Like with these guys, you always kind of sometimes think of them of not being human. That they're just, they don't have almost emotion or anything, like, because they're just superhuman guys that can play such a sport to such a high level, like athlete wise and everything like that. But actually, when you break it down, they are the same as you and I.
Yeah.
They still have the same issues and problems that that it's important, like as you say, to reach out and talk about it.
Golf's a very strange sport in many respects, because we all play the same game. They're just better at it. So, like, if you're stood over a 4-foot putt on the final green of your golf course, the balcony is packed, and they're all watching you strike this putt. You will have exactly the same feelings as Rory will over that 4-foot putt on the last green of a major championship to win that. Imagine how he must feel.
Yeah.
The only difference is he's actually good at fighting in the middle of the club to deal with it. And just imagine that week after week if you're in contention all the time. Man, it must be so stressful.
Yeah. That's why John Rahm's just a machine at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's just thriving on it. And Tiger, obviously.
I mean, once you get to that kind of level, one thing that they're amazing at is using those nerves and using that kind of that feeling, that adrenaline that must be pumping through the body at that moment, and actually channeling that into good performance rather than letting it kind of swallow them up, which happens on occasion as well. Like, everyone goes through that.